What's going on, YouTube fam? Note to Fake J's here today. Wanted to do I guess what I would call an inventory video. You know what's inside this box here. It says imagine if dot 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 question mark. Air Jordan 1 retro high band. Price tag $150. Black Varsity red white, and you can see there's that B stamp right there. You know what these shoes are. Just a little backstory. I was at California at the time when the shoe was released. I went to Ontario Mills outlet, and by the time I got there, it was like maybe 7:30 because the stores are opening at 8. There I was probably the 100th person in line. When the Nike staff came out, he said he had 50 tickets, and that you have to write your size on the ticket. So if you write a size 9.5, and by the time you go in to the store and you show them the ticket for 9.5, if they don't have it, you're out of luck. You cannot ask for any other sizes. You only can purchase the size that you have labeled on the ticket. I thought it was really shady because I know their store was probably hoarding good 50 or even 75 pair for themselves and their friends, and so they were only selling 50 pair, which is totally bogus. So I didn't even get a ticket, because I was 100 person in line, so I just decided to leave. So on the way back, I called my wife, who happened to go to the outlet store that morning of. And I think she left around 6 and got there around 6:30, 6:45. And she told me she was like the 10th person in line. Long story short, she was able to get 5 pair for me. 4 of them 9.5 and 1 10.5. And so the guy came out with tickets. She was I think the 20th in line, or the 10th in line. And so she brought my mom and her dad. So the 3 of them were able to get a ticket each. And they didn't have the rule of, if you don't have the size you want, you can buy other size. They didn't have that rule. So a ticket basically guarantees you a shoe, whether it's your size or not, but you're going to be guaranteed a shoe. So because she was 10th in line, she was able to, reserve, get the 9.5. And then by the time she was about to go into the store, the guy that was handing out tickets went to the front of the line again and started giving out more tickets and said, "Hey, I have extra tickets. Do you want more?" So she was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll take another one." But my mom and my father-in-law decided not to get extra tickets. So now she has they have a total of 4 tickets, and they were able to reserve all 9 for 9.5. And then so went into the store. She came out, and then the guy was still there with tickets in hand. And so I guess I think by the time they went into the store, I think only like total 20 people showed up, and so he still had extra tickets in hand. And so she just went up to him and said, "Hey, if you don't mind, I'll grab another ticket from you." So he was like, "Okay, yeah, here, take another one." And so she went back to the store with that extra ticket. And I think at that time, like 8, 8.5, 9, 9.5, and 10 were all sold out. And so the smallest size they had was a 10.5. So she was able to get that 10.5. And each of them were $109.99 plus tax. So, and obviously they're not $125 because they were sold in outlets. And so she ended up getting 5 pair. Crazy story, isn't it? So let's get into the shoes. Before we get into the shoes, let's look at the beautiful box that it came in with. So you can see there's that glossy X mark right there. Also on the side, and it says imagine if ... question mark. I thought the execution of this box was just beautiful. And this is, pay homage to the original shoe box, 1985, where there's that red line at the bottom and there's this black, red, white. Obviously, they didn't have this X here, but I think it says Nike. And then again, you have the other side where it's glossy X with Imagineif. The bottom of the box, it's pretty simple stuff. It's not anything too. Let's see here. We got yeah. It's really hard to focus when there's not a lot of light, but yeah. Basically, it says Jumpman, Nike, and then the address of the company, Air, Nike Air Sole. These Air Sole brand shoes contain Air Sole brand insoles. Okay, so I thought they executed the box very well. It's a very beautiful box. It's kind of dingy. It's not a very solid box. It's a very but it's just a box. So, but I thought the execution was really nice. Onto the shoes. Bam. So these are your Jordan Bands retro sold at the outlet stores for $109. So, and keep in mind that they sold these as B grades, and I think the reason was that they had the branding issue of Nike Air. I think the idea at the time was that they did not want Nike Air on these shoes. Okay, I think they intended something else, but they did not intend to put Nike Air on there. So because of that, they were just going to be like, you know what, we're going to just X this out. We're not going to sell these. Let's just put them in the outlet factory. And it was a total treasure. I mean, if you have not felt these shoes or even seen these shoes in person, you need to go find somebody who has these shoes and ask them, may I touch them? May I see them? Let me get a feel for them. These are such premium, extra premium, premium to the max leather I have ever seen on a pair of Jordan 1s. If you think that the Shatter Backboard 1s were nice, you have not touched these. These are so buttery soft. You can see that this is tumble leather throughout. Okay, and it is just soft. It's these are what I would call the remastered Jordan 1s. But unfortunately, because of branding issue or cosmetic issue, if you will, Jordan brand or Nike decided not to mass produce these and just said, you know what, we got these back from China. This is not what we had thought, so let's just put them in outlet stores. Boy, for people that have them, you know that these are premium shoes. I mean, if you just look at this. Look at that. Good. This is what good leather looks like and feels like. All right. Even the tongue, this is soft fabric. It's not nylon. And then on the insole, it says here, on October 18, 1985, they were thrown out of the game. Okay. Let me see what's the date on this guy. 2010. 7/22/10, and then we have 5/14/10. Now, I think there was also the error of the date here, 10/18/85. I don't think it was October. I think it was, I don't know. But anyways, I heard that was the wrong date as well. But it doesn't really matter to me. I think for whatever it's worth, these shoes are so beautiful. I don't really care. And then you can see there's that glossy X mark on the back of the heel, which is a beautiful touch. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people thought that was a little tacky, but it's almost, you almost can't really see it unless you kind of, if you kind of catch it with the with the sun, and then you see a reflection of it because it's glossy paint. And other than that, I think it's actually a pretty cool touch. You know that this is a the X mark, meaning when they did the commercial, basically saying that Jordan cannot wear these shoes because they did not conform to his uniform, or even just the league only allowing them to wear white sneakers at the time. And Jordan broke all rules and wore this black, this in your face red shoe. And every single time he wore these shoes, Nike paid the fine of $5,000. And ever since then, these Jordan 1 just flew out the shelf, and it just created such a craze around the world. And the sale just went through the roof. It's very padded in the color, great support, just buttery soft all over the shoe. What else can I say? The bottom of the shoe, your typical Air Jordan 1, rubber sole. It's just a beautiful executed shoe. I don't know what else to say. It comes with the shoelace bag of the white, black, and then red. They do come laced, but I decided just to lace them up like this, how the original Air Jordan 1985, when you got them in the store, or when you just opened up in the box, they only laced up the first lace of the shoe, and then you do the rest. So that kind of again pays homage to the 1985 when they were selling these shoes, how they were laced. Okay, so I decided just to do that for this pair. It just just to kind of keep it nice and fresh, keep it nice, fresh, and OG. So yeah, again, if you have not, the only thing that I probably don't like about this shoe is that if you look at the stitching here, you see how the stitching is just at the edge of the swoosh right here. To me, and I looked at other Jordan 1s, this is actually not a true high shoe. It kind of feels a little bit more in between, 3/4 and then the true high. So somewhere in the middle there. If you look at the Jordan Laser 1s, which I have right here, you see the stitching here. It's above the Nike swoosh, whereas the bands, the stitching is just there's no space, right? It's just at the edge, or at that corner of the swoosh, and then the stitching. Okay, and if you actually also put them side by side, there is that ever so slightly height difference too. You can see the back here, back heel right here, this tab is much higher than this one. Even the color right here is just ever so slightly higher as well. Although you can't really see the height difference, but there is just a little bit subtle difference. Whereas the bands is just ever so lower. And when I wear the Laser 1s, I feel the shoe is true high, and it does give me that ankle support. Now when I wear the bands, it doesn't give me that support. It does feel a little bit more like the 3/4 high tops versus the true high. So that's the only thing that I can say that I don't really like. That is not a true high, but I'm not complaining. I think it still looks really nice. I think also if you look at the extension on the color here, it's also different too, because it's obviously much more. Oh, from here, from this angle, you can tell that. Look, there's that height difference, right? Just ever so slightly, and then you can see that there is more of a color here, and there's not as much here. Okay, so that's the only thing I don't like. When I when I press down on the laser ones. It's a nice it's a nice premium, you know, tumble leather as well. And I think it might be the same material as the bands. And so throughout the shoe, I mean, obviously, you know, the laser print, these are not your, I don't think these are your premium leather, but I may be wrong. But it is still pretty soft. It's a nice shoe. Don't get me wrong. But you know, because of the colorway, you know, it's not the best ideal, and so a lot of people use this as a sort of a tapestry, if you will, and they customize it to, you know, to the breads, to the royal blues, and then they dye the sole with suede or leather dye to red and blue, just to match that. And so I actually did my own customization of the Carolina blue with it. So I can show you that in another video. But I wanted to kind of emphasize today on the bands. I think because of the anticipated release of the 2016 version, and I've already seen some pictures floating around, and I don't know if that's the official picture, but it is not tumble leather throughout. I think it's only tumble leather on the red color part, and then maybe the swoosh, but then the black is your regular, you know, just, it's not a tumble leather, it's just your regular leather, or, you know, synthetic leather, or just, you know, fake leather, if you will. And I think even the toe box is not as soft as this one. It doesn't appear to be as soft. It might be tumble leather, but it doesn't look as if it's this type of softness to it. So so if you ask me, am I gonna cop the 2016? No, I'm not. I'm totally content with this one. I think this one's gonna last me you know, for a while, and I don't think I'm gonna actually get any more Jordan 1s. I think I'm done with that. I have all the colorways that I wanted. I know the Black Toes is coming out again with I think with a true high this time. The one that I got, the retro one with the Nike and the white color or white tongue, you know, also the stitching is the same as this one, where, you know, it's at the edge of the swoosh. And then the new one, the new retro is coming out, I think either 2017 or the end of the year. The stitching is above the swoosh line, so that represents a true true high. So there you have it. You know, I just wanted to kind of show you this one. I call this an inventory review. It's not really an unboxing or even just a shoe comparison, but just wanted to kind of show you that, you know, I think just with the 2016 coming out, I just wanted to kind of show you guys the first bands, or the OG bands that were out as the first retro of the original. You know, what they were, and I want to kind of give you guys an in-depth look into it. I'll give you my opinions, and so hopefully hope you guys enjoy this video. If you're able to cop this pair, good for you. You know, awesome pickup. But I know that if you were to search these on eBay, they're going for about $2,500. Anywhere from you know, $1,500 to $2,500. So they are very high priced possession shoes for me, and I am really glad that my wife was able to pick up a few pair for me. Other than that, you know, I don't think I'm going to be really wearing these. I think I'm just going to keep these. You know, ones are really not my go-to shoe, and I kind of have told you guys my feel of it. You know, like, you'll never really catch me wearing these to go, you know, to go play basketball. For daily walking, that's fine, but I have other ones, such as, you know, the lasers, you know, and such, that I can wear if I decide to go use them to go walking. But because of what the value these hold, I think I'm going to hold on to them, or, you know, perhaps another person will be able to offer me something that I can't refuse, and I'll sell it to them. But, you know, but just for the fact that my wife went to the store at 6 o'clock in the morning, that alone will not want me to sell these shoes, because just the dedication my wife did for me, it's just very touching, and I'm forever grateful for her to do that for me. So yeah, I'm not really looking to sell these shoes anytime soon. I think these hold very special meaning to me, not just for the quality of the shoe, but again, just for the fact that my wife, someone that I truly love and respect, went out her way, and the area that she went to is not the safest area either. So I'm really grateful that she, did this for me. So, and I love her very much. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys, found something refreshing. And if you plan to cop the 2016 version, that's awesome. That's great also as well. And just be safe out there. Have fun. And if you ever, picked up the 2016 version, share your video with me. Hit me up. Let me know your review. I'll be more than glad to take a look at it. And, I'm all about sharing information and sharing, shoe stories. So if you ever have a chance to pick up the 2016 version, hit me up, comment, subscribe, put that thumbs up in my video, and I'll be sure to look out for yours as well. And I just wanted to thank those that have subscribed to my channel. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all your just all your support and all your love, and all your comments that you guys write. I really feel like I'm reaching out to people, and if you guys, if I see more subscribers or even just more comments, that always makes my day. Then to know that I have I'm reaching out to people with these videos, and people are actually seeing them, and reacting to them. So really appreciate that. So I hope you guys have a great time collecting shoes, and just be safe out there. Until next time, peace.